What's going on, everybody? As you can see, this is my review, my movie review of John Wick Chapter 4. And man, oh man, was this a good one. This was definitely good. It was good. I can't say anything more about this movie, but picking up sometime after John Wick Chapter 3, John has recovered from his injuries or falling off the building, and now is ready to get back into action and get his freedom from the high table. But in order to do this, he's going to have to kill his way to freedom, and thus the movie is him basically killing people, even people at the high table. We would see you would see the scene of him going back to the people who took his took his finger and his ring. He's going, and if he has to kill every single one of them to get his freedom, he will. But he's basically, this is the end of the road. This is him trying to finally get the one thing, and that's his total freedom of the high table. I do like how they got the dude, the dude who voices Mr. Krabs from SpongeBob. He was in here, and he also had a similar missing finger, but it was like a little hint as to what possibly could happen, seeing that he also seemed like he went through something similar, but he's still working for the high table and this group of assassins. I like how we're introduced to Donnie Yen's character. Donnie Yen is a blind hitman like John, but retired, and we see that he has some stakes in this, and what is that he has something special near and dear to him, and that the main bad guy of this movie, which is kind of saying, like, I guess they all bad guys, but we root for the more good bad guy. The main bad guy here is I think it's the dude who played It in the remake of Stephen King's It. I forgot his Bill. Is it Bill Skarsgård? I can't remember. I know it's something like that, but I think he's the main villain. Because after John does something, he's appointed to like the highest of the member of the table, and he's basically now putting all resources into stopping John. The dude from the Wolverine and the Mortal Kombat movie who plays Scorpion is also in this, and we introduce his character, and we find out that both Donnie Yen and him and John Wick are all friends. You even see Donnie Yen's character once he's basically blackmailed because the dude who played It, who is the main villain, he uses something against him to make him come out of retirement to kill John. He chooses him specifically because he knows he's the only other one who can probably kill John, and who just as good as John can probably kill him. He uses something that he loves against him and threatens him with it. So he's very conflicted. Even when he meets up with John and stuff, you see that he's not totally like, this is a psychopath. He actually is a conflicted person because he's just doing this to he's just doing this because he's being blackmailed. He's not really trying or really care about killing John. He's just doing this because he's forced to. And you see this perfectly played out in scenes where he has to interact with the dude from It, and it's like he just has this hostility to it. There's even one scene when he's like, when the dude tells something, he's like, cough. I'm like, Jesus, he just tell cough. But yeah, I love Scott Adkins in this, man. Scott Adkins' character, I love him because he's still, even in that fat suit, he still was able to move and fight like Scott Adkins, and I love his character in this. We also Winston and Sharon, I think is his name. We see them and we see what becomes of them, and we see that the stakes have been risen high. There's a particular scene that kicks off Winston and wanting to work with John Wick, and you'll know when you see it because it's a big scene involving him, Winston, and Sharon, involving him, Sharon, the dude who voices Mr. Krabs, and It. It's a scene that all sets up him helping John because he wants revenge for something that the dude from It did to him in this scene. I'm trying to think of what I need to talk about. Other than that, the thing it's not that I don't think it's that much I dislike about it, but the things I do like about it is that the dragon, one of the best scenes is the dragon breath scene, and if you know what that is, that's like that the dragon breath is a particular ammunition used in a shotgun where once it's fired, when it fires, it fires like flaming pellets. And if you play any type of Call of Duty, you know what that is. That dragon breath scene was one of the best scenes in this movie because the way how they shot it, it like you was watching a video game because it did like the Marvel Ultimate Alliance thing where the camera is like up in the ceiling and it's looking down on the person, and they do it wonderfully. Then they will go back to regular like the camera on John Wick, and he's shooting the gun, and then once he starts shooting the dragon breath shotgun, and then goes back up to being that top view looking down on him like a video game again. And then the directors, the director and them said that was purposely done. They took an inspiration from a game that plays like that, with that top down view. That was one of the best scenes in the movie. Scott Adkins scene was another good one. I don't want to forget, we also introduced to another assassin called Mr. Nobody. And no, not the dude from the movie Mr. Nobody. It was just Kurt Russell's Mr. Nobody from Fast and Furious. No, this is just a African American assassin who goes by the name of Mr. Nobody, and he's almost like Halle Berry's character, except instead of having two dogs, he only got one, and he's basically this assassin who's also trying to kill John. If you've seen the clip with Scott Adkins when he says, "So you want to kill him? You want to kill him? I want to kill him. But what about you, Mr. Wick?" He said, "I'm going to kill you." He said, "Yes, who better?" I love that scene. But yeah, he has some. He's like they call him Mr. Nobody / the Tracker in like his character listing, and he's very good at tracking down John. Like while everybody else having trouble pinpointing John, he knows how to accurately track John. Like he goes exactly to where John is. And he keeps I love his interaction with the dude from It, because like even though the dude from It is like this all powerful dude in the high table now, thanks to John's actions, he kind of like Mr. Nobody kind of like make him look like he was the superior dude. Yeah, he's like, oh yeah, it's gonna cost you. It's now 30, 25, 30. He keep making him up the price, and until he gets to a certain point, then he was gonna act on it. Um, but yeah, I love the characters they introduced in this movie, along with John Wick. Lawrence Fishburne was good. Like I said, everybody acted well. The visuals was good. The action was. I mean, it's so much killing. Holy crap! There's so much killing in this movie. Yeah, I can't find nothing I didn't like about this movie. It's not a perfect 10. I'm thinking back, it wasn't. It may. I mean, if I would say it was a lot of killing, but I mean, I can't even say. Yeah, I can't even say that was bad. I was gonna say maybe it was too much killing, but then I'm like, no, I enjoy. Like I love the action in this movie, so I'm just like, holy crap. I would. Okay, I guess I would say it did kind of run on like some of the killing, some of the action scenes, even the dragon breath scene. It kind of ran on for long, but then I'm like, that's just a nitpick. But then at the same time, I enjoyed it, so it's like I can't even say that was something negative I take from the movie. I don't know. I was thinking maybe Donnie Yen not being like a villain like he should have been, or I don't know. Nobody felt out of place here. Everybody felt good. Like everything about the movie was good. So I can't say. I guess I don't have any negatives about it. I'm going to give John Wick Chapter 4. Oh, I think there is a post credit scene. I'm pretty sure there is. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, I'm pretty sure there's a post credit scene for John Wick. I'll tell you right now. Yes, it is. There is a post credit scene. I think it's either a mid credit or post credit, but it's a scene worth staying for to see. I just can't remember if it was in the mid or post, but there's a scene in the credits. I'm going to give John Wick Chapter 4 a 8 out of 10 big ups because it was a good movie. I enjoyed it. Definitely added to the collection since I got all 3 John Wick movies. Definitely got to buy this one. There was talks before I end this video. There was talks that there was going to make a John Wick Chapter 5 because of the success that this movie had. But because of the particular way this movie ends, it makes it seem like it couldn't be, but it can be. I know they're going to do spinoffs, but it's like I don't know how they're going to work that. But hopefully we could. It was kind of like open ended. Like you could go one way with it, and you could go another. But if you haven't seen the movie, and when you see it, you'll understand what I mean by the ending. But if you enjoy this review, you hit this button right there in the upper right corner for all of my reviews. And if you enjoy this video so much you want to support the channel, you know what to do, guys. Hit those buttons. And as always, hit any one of these videos for more of my amazing content. But don't go anywhere because I got more reactions coming your way. Peace. And gameplay.